So what's up, guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a long time, so I'm back. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to turn water into wine, just like I did on my last video.
Wow.
So you can see it.
Wow. Wow.
So let's get started. So I'm going to be bringing my clip in because I already have my clip here, so I'm just going to drag this in and drop this here. So this tutorial is actually going to be a fast one, not it's going to be quick and easy. So I'm just going to take it back to the part where the whole things are happening, which is actually here. So as usual, the first thing we have to do is select the clip, and then I have to duplicate this, and I will have to split the clip into two by pressing Ctrl, Shift, and D. So this is the exact part whereby the whole magic started happening. So I'm just going to delete this part. You can leave yours though. So I just basically need just this whole part where the water is actually in. So that should be it. So I have to, since this is where the whole magic stops, I'll have to cut this part of the clip. So I also have to press the same thing again, Ctrl, Shift, and D. So now going back to the beginning, so double click on this, on the clip at the top. Basically for first timers, so you guys can easily understand, I'm just going to right click and rename this as magic, so you guys can actually just name it as rule 2, so you guys can actually understand what's actually going on, so you guys don't get confused. So which is the top layer, which is rule 2, that's the one we're actually going to double click, and then it takes you to this part. You can see it here. Normally it used to be here, so once you double click, it takes you here. So the next thing you have to do is start to rotoscope this water. It's much easier for you to rotoscope when the colors are actually different. Like you see this color of water, it looks a bit crystal, but see my t-shirt here, it's actually black, so it's much easier to select the water. So I'll click on this roto brush and then select this water. So some parts are actually not good, so we have to remove this part. So I'm just going to use my alt key, so I'm just going to be using it on the screen for those of you who actually might not be used to the keyboard or something. I'm just saying this though. So press alt on the keyboard and then remove the part that are not needed, which is all this part here, here, and here. So I'm just going to change this from standard to best, and then we just the scatter, change it to 30. So it can just adjust this. So you can see it just easily adjusts itself. So let me just go one frame forward. You can see it's actually going in. So for all this part that are not good, we just have to manually remove them with the alt key by pressing alt on your keyboard. And you notice it's actually not getting itself fixed. You can actually adjust this. So I'm just going to be doing this. So for the sake of time, I'm just going to adjust this fast. Another way again that you might actually be needing to get this water, you might also try to use the max to max out some of this water. So let me say I duplicate this layer again, but that's after I'm actually done with the rotoscope. But let me just finish with the rotoscope so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. I'm just going to do a rough rotoscope so you guys can actually see the whole thing. So basically the rotoscope is actually done. You guys can actually see it. If I should solo the rotoscope layer, you can see it just roto. You can see it's not actually perfect though. It's just one layer. The water is actually pouring. You can actually see the water. I have to put it on low resolution so you guys can actually see it well. So basically this is how it is. So for now, I know you can, in my video you can actually see the water was also rotoscope. So we're also going to be doing same thing for the water. We also need to rotoscope the layer. So I might just duplicate this layer one more time. So just for the water, so I'll have to delete the rotoscope out, and then this one will be for water. I might just select this and rename, and then say water. Oh, sorry, I think my A key stopped working a while ago. Sorry about that. So I will have to put the resolution to full because rotoscope is not like when resolution is actually on quarter. So select the water, You see this part that are not needed, and then we have to do the same thing to press Alt on the keyboard, swap this part out, and then set the standard to best. The same thing, set to 30, and then let it go, which is actually rotoscoping the whole water in the cup. So it's actually rotoscoping. So yeah, it's actually getting a rotoscope. So basically you can actually see the water, the whole thing is actually going up. So guys, this is just for tutorial sake. If I was to do this on my personal project like I did, it would have been much perfect. So now I'll have to do the same thing again. Click the freeze frame and let the whole thing freeze frame. You know, it's actually the same frame, so that's why it's actually showing the same amount. So let's let it freeze. So you know, this is after we've actually rotoscoped this top part of the water and then this under part of the water, there's still this part in which once we actually rotoscope, they will not actually get in, which is this inner part. It might be having issues. So for this, I'm going to be using the manual max mode to max this. This is also a bit time consuming, but for I think this is. So for this part whereby we've actually rotoscoped the water and the one inside the glass, but in between these two parts, there's actually this water line which we need to actually rotoscope. But it's a bit hard because the glass and the water is a bit same color. So in order to do this, we have to do the manual masking mode. This is a bit time consuming, but it's actually worth the shot and makes everything looks good. So I'll have to use this pen tool here. I already created another duplicated the roto layer and then deleted the rotoscope from it, and then I'm going to be masking it with this part. So I zoom in and then click here, 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 here. So yeah, so this is probably the way I'm going to be doing this now. So I'll press M on my keyboard and then turn on the max part. So for every frame I move, I'll have to manually adjust the max part of this thing to make sure it matches with the water that's actually moving in. So this is what I'm going to be doing throughout to get the whole frame by frame, make sure everything's actually good. So I'm not going to be playing this whole thing to let you see the whole process, because it's take time for you to see me while I'm doing all the masking and following the water movement, which is also time consuming and to make this video longer. So let me just fast forward to that part and so you guys can actually see it, and I'll also pre-compose this whole stuff. So guys, I'm actually done with the masking, and you can see if I should play for you can see the max whole stuff is actually following the what's it called, the water as I max it in. But like I said, I had to just pause the whole recording and then just go to where I'm actually done with the masking. If I should press U on my keyboard, you can see all the keyframes we did during the masking process. So now I'm going to be heading on to the next phase, and also I also pre-compose these two layers, so I'm going to be changing the name back so you guys can actually understand. So let's head on. So guys, now that we have actually done separating all the layers, we have the water at the top, the one in the glass, and then the one in between the glass and the cup. I'm actually showing you guys so you guys can actually see them. So let me put this in full resolution so you guys can see them clearly. Let me go back to the normal. So next thing we're going to do is add the VC color vibrance to the water. It's a free plugin from Video Copilot. So if you click the first one and then click the VC color vibrance, so as you can see this, now you can see the color actually changed to green. So we have to change this from green to blue. I actually have a color code I'm going to be using for this, so I just have to put it in. Yeah, so this is the perfect blue we need. You can actually copy that color code. Okay, so this is it. Well, it looks like it's actually somehow too thick, so, but we'll get to that. So the next thing to do, because you can see my video, it was actually glowing. So to make it glow, come off the effect tab again, click and then type the optical glow, which is this. So now you can see it's actually glowing. Then now we'll have to change the mode from normal to screen. So you can see we have this now. So we'll change this mode from 25 to, under the optical glow, the amount, change it from 25 to 14. I think 14 will be good enough. But it's not looking like it's glowing, so I'll increase this threshold. Okay, yeah, this is good enough. So yeah, I think this works. So now that one is actually changed, you can see just one part. So you can see, you can see just one part of the whole thing that's actually blue. So we need the one inside the glass to also be blue. So I'll select the second one too. First, I have to go back to the first one, and then close this drop down menu, select the optical glow and the VC color balance, and then copy them and then paste, select these two underneath layer, the one the one in the glass and the one underneath. So then press Ctrl V to paste them in. So once you do that, you can see what's happening now. They're both glowing. So we have to change our blending mode from normal to screen. So you can see that they're actually glowing really bright, and we don't want everything to be glowing this bright. So just select the first one, go to the optical glow, which is the one in the middle, and then reduce it down to about, I think 69 be good enough. I'll do the same thing to the last one, which is the roto. This max will track max down to about 50, 60 will be good. So now we should be having if I should play this now, we should be having this. So basically when you play the video, this is actually what you get. You can notice the way it actually enters and leaves. It's not actually making sense. So we have to make some changes to this. So for this, the glue is too much and so many things are actually not in place. So first things first, you know, the water that comes in, I like it to actually start from there. So which is the first one? This is the first one that comes in. Yep, that's it. So press T on the keyboard to bring out the opacity layer, and then click on the stopwatch, and then let me zoom this in. Take it a bit backwards, and then reduce the amount down to 0. So you should have this. If you play this now, this is how it comes in. Let me take this down to quarter so you can play. If I take it down, this is how it comes in. You can see it actually starts from slow, and then it goes in fast. So basically, we need to do that same thing to these other ones too, because you can't just get a blue cup of water when the main source has not actually changed to blue. So immediately it comes in. The next thing that was supposed to go blue is actually the line, which is the max one, this one here. So so immediately this one goes blue, it's turning blue. So I'm just going to take this up so that we just make them straight. So I have to do the same thing to the opacity. It starts from same point 2. Click on the opacity, take this down to 0, and when it gets to this part here, take this up to 100. So basically the both of them actually syncs now, you can see. So the next one now is supposed to change the one in the glass. Now this is the one in the glass. So press T on the keyboard and click on 100. But this for the glass, because the brightness is too much, we're not going to make it at 100. So its full opacity will be at around 60. Then take it backwards and then take this down to 0. So if you play this now, we'll get this. So you can see, guys, this is basically it. So guys, basically you can actually see that the whole effect has actually been done, and although it's not even perfect though, I just had to do this for the sake of tutorial. And in my main video you can actually see that it was actually much better than this, but for the sake of tutorial I just had to brief you guys on how I was able to turn the water into wine. So guys, that's it for this video. Hopefully it was helpful, and don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I'll be posting more VFX tutorial as time goes on. So until I meet you guys next time, peace out.
Wow.
So you can see it.
Wow. Wow.
So you see